Hello, everybody. I'm Franklin Donny D from Donny D's Words of Wisdom and Donny D's Soul Sundays on Blog Talk Radio. But here we go again. We're behind the curtain at Pasadena Media. And tonight, I'm very fortunate enough to have a guest that is a makeup man for horror movies. Some crazy stuff. Please welcome Mr. George Schminky. How you doing, George?
How you doing, Frank?
All right, man. Hey, well, you know, horror movies, The Walking Dead, all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
But first, tell us about yourself, and then tell us how you got into this, man.
All right. Well, I come from Puerto Rico. I'm originally from there. Came to the USA, followed dreams, you know, and all that. Because in Puerto Rico, there was nothing for special effects that matters. So I said, we got to go to where the heart is about it. So LA is the heart of it. And hang with my wife, and I started doing graphic design first. It wasn't that easy to get into the industry per se. I was practicing, getting better, hone it. I was in love with this since I was a kid.
Okay.
But not until I got here that I started getting more info. I self-taught myself about it.
Okay.
My free time, spare time, when I was out of work, I just practice, and I prepare a good portfolio, and I went to the University of Academy of Art University because I was living in San Francisco.
Okay.
And I infiltrated myself into the college without.
You infiltrated yourself?
Yeah, I went like very Mission Impossible, kind of thing.
All right, you snuck on campus and got some free classes.
And I got into the film department. I went to all the students. Hey guys, I had a portfolio already, and I said, I'll do your film for free. Your special effects. Had to be in the weekends, but I'll do it for you. And they're like, yeah, let me check it out. Everybody was calling me at the end of that year to do their film.
Right.
I met a guy who worked in commercials then in one of those shoots, and then he got me to another one, and the ball's still rolling.
Oh, okay.
And then I left my job as a graphic designer, which I was before, and started going into doing independent films, commercials, and it kept going. And then I came to LA, and because I was in San Francisco first, then to LA, and I've been working in shops, making, all kinds of prosthetics. Prosthetics are what we call this, guys. This is a prosthetic right here. This is a gnarly wound.
Oh yeah, it's very gnarly.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff that we make. This thing is sculpted first, and then molded, and then you run the prosthetic material, which is usually gelatin or silicone.
Okay, well, we're gonna get into to have you demonstrate some of this in a few minutes, but I just wanted people to let you know how things work, We live in the same building, and we leave at the same time in the morning. He and his wife and his little girl. And his little girl had always wanted to see what she has on. She have a polka dot dress on.
Show it to Frank.
And it was so cool. So then we just speaking, and I asked the guy what he did, and he told me, and I'm like, wow, because, a lot of people in that area where we live at are into the film industry.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting, man. I had never met anyone that did. I know a lot of makeup artists, but not this type of makeup.
Yeah.
So you actually living the American dream right now.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun as hell.
Yeah. So what shows have you worked on?
I worked in. I came here first of all from San Francisco to work on C Nation. It's a sci-fi channel show about zombies. It's more like a very fun, campy, fast, action-packed zombie version of Walking Dead.
Okay, so Walking Dead is like some serious stuff, man.
Yeah, it's very dramatic.
It's very gory too.
Yeah.
So your show was just a little bit lighter?
It's more fast-paced.
Okay.
Because it's still gory, it's still, very nasty stuff, but it's more action-packed. Sometimes Walking Dead goes a little bit more dramatic, long scenes. This one's like constantly going from one thing to another.
Okay, now where can we see this show at?
Netflix right now.
Oh, okay.
3 seasons now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, you know what? Let's get into a little bit of
Of the fun stuff?
gnarly prosthetics, man.
Nice.
Gnarly, as he put it.
Yeah. Well, this is a wound right here. This is a
Okay.
cut. This is a prosthetic transfer, we call it.
Okay.
And the prosthetic itself is this right in here. We melt the edges when it's on the skin of the actor around here, this border.
Okay.
And all this excess goes away. And all this stays is the prosthetic. So when we transfer it to a paper that has some glue on it, and then we place it on the skin, and we slide the paper out, and the prosthetic stays in. So let me
Okay.
show you how that works.
Yeah, demonstrate for us a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, this is all fake. It's
Yeah,
all
right.
fake.
Believe it.
So now the exposes the back of the prosthetic.
Oh, okay.
The sculpture itself is in the other side. So now what I do is I take some alcohol. 99% alcohol has to be.
Has to be 99%.
The most strongest thing. And then I wipe the surface of my skin, or the actor's skin, and then I place it down like so. You can see it there, but like that.
Okay.
Now this paper is activated by water, so I take a paper towel with the water. I got a little pump here with water.
Yeah, man, that's pretty nifty, man.
I know, it's for the summer, man. You use this in the summer, you know, when it's
Yeah,
hot.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, just get a little bit of that in. And then I place the wet paper towel on top of the skin, press it down, activates the paper,
Uh-huh.
and it will let loose the prosthetic on my skin. Let me get a little bit more water in there. Hold on.
So, man, if I wanted to act like I got beat up or something, and I could come get you to mark me all up, and oh, wow.
There you go. Right there. I got a cut right there. You see it?
Yeah, man, that's
Gnarly, right?
man, gnarly, man. So, okay, so what do you do next?
Then you take these paints, which are the industry standard. Everybody uses this in every film set, you'll see. They're alcohol-activated makeup. So only alcohol, 99, can activate it.
Okay.
So the paint will go in, no water in the world, no soap and water, no rain, no fake rain, will take it off. You can even dive in the water with this thing, and this thing won't go. So it gets activated with this, a little bit of alcohol, and then I just activate it with a brush, then give it a little tap, a little bit of paint, so it blends in my skin. That's it. And then I take a little bit of, put another palette here, just real quick. This one's for more blood. It's called the FX palette.
Oh.
It mimics blood very easily.
It reminds me of the movie FX. You remember that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a trip.
I know. And then I go in here and paint the blood in.
If I didn't know any better, I would just think you just jumped out of the West Side Story and the Jets and the Sharks, and you got cut, man.
Right?
When you're, look at that.
And then, yeah, right? And then a little bit more fresh blood. And
Wow. You
then I
guys see
put
that?
some real blood here.
Ow. Real blood.
And then, almost look real, but. And there you go, voila.
You got to show let the camera. Oh, jeez. You guys see this? Wow. Hollywood, the land of make believe.
The land of baby. That's true. There. A little bit of water here.
See, I know a guy that gets in a lot of domestic violence. His wife beats him up all the time.
People
So
speak
yeah,
all the time.
I was thinking about hiring you to use some of those on him.
There
so
you go.
look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I got a quick question for you on that.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you a round of applause
Thank
on that too.
you. Thank you.
Now, you've got Wesley Snipes, very dark-skinned African-American man.
Good question. Yes.
How do you do that? I mean,
Okay.
black man with the white cut. How do you do it?
Okay. So no, yeah. What we do is actually this. If it was an African American color, right? We paint it inside, intrinsically.
Oh.
Meaning not on the top, but in the inside. We tint it with browns, yellows,
Whatever
a
the
little bit of
person's
red, whatever color the
complexion
person
is.
is. Exactly. If it's
Okay.
Latino, then a little bit lighter brown,
Right.
and so forth. If it's super light, the skin, then almost a lot of white powder and stuff like that, and a little bit of pink. And you mimic the skin of the actor right here,
Okay.
inside of the prosthetic. And then it's already painted, basically, so you just apply it and add a little bit of color here and there just to mimic it.
Okay, let me see that cut right there again. Man, that looks. Okay, now this is called a prosthetic.
Prosthetic, that's right.
Okay. Now I've heard, what I've always heard, a guy has a prosthetic leg or prosthetic arm if they've been, injured in a war or something. But I never related it to makeup.
Actually, a lot of the makeup that we use and this technology that we use for this, it was born from wars and from prosthetic limbs. The glue that we use is actually surgical glue that it was used on to apply prosthetics that were to replace injuries from soldiers and all that, like fake eyes, fake ears.
Right.
They use the prosthetic glue. The silicone we first used is when they started using it for prosthetic limbs, for actually people that lost their parts.
Well, how long, I've been watching movies from the black and white days, and when did Hollywood really get into the special effects and the makeup like this? When did
like this kind of
Yeah.
Probably, I mean, it's evolutionate like
Yeah.
anything, right? So most of the time in the past, it was constructed right there. They take paste, like a wax, and they start applying it on the actor right there and sculpted the whole thing instead of being already made.
Oh.
And they use cotton, latex, whatever was available at the time. And then as the time passes, they discover new things that were faster to apply or better material, more longer to
Right.
last longer and stuff like that.
Okay. Where do you see in the future this type of a makeup or this type of work going?
Yeah, well,
where do you see?
I think, a lot of people are afraid in the industry that are like, CGI is gonna take over, which is computer-generated images.
Okay.
But it does for certain things that has a limitation. Like certain monsters can move, faster or jump higher, and a guy in a suit is gonna be limited, right?
Right.
So that take over in that part. But if there's an actor, a real life actor, makeup still has a place for it.
Okay.
They still have to be painted, they still have to be cuts and bruises or prosthetics or make them old or age them, that kind of thing.
Okay, because technology's taking over everything.
Yeah.
True. and I used to think one day, will they be actors? Because but when you look at some of these movies like 300 and some of these movies that they made where they was all generated by computer generated, it still doesn't look real to me.
Yeah. True.
I don't think any technology can take over a real actor. Matter of fact, computers, they break down. You still need a man to come and fix that computer.
Absolutely.
Or a woman.
Yeah.
But you still need people to come in and take care of that. So where do you see yourself in the future?
The future, regarding the industry?
Yeah, well, are you going to stay in the industry? You want to open a studio? What teach? What do you want to do?
Actually, I teach right now.
Oh, okay.
I teach at EI, School of Makeup, School of Professional Makeup. At night. I teach there, and sometimes during the day, depends. Special effects. I teach them how to make these prosthetics and how to apply them and all that. And where I see myself, I want to work more on more movies and more TV shows until I can't do it,
Right.
Until I
You want to
can't
make
stand.
enough money so you can move out the building that we live in, huh?
That's right.
And get you a big house up on the hill. I'm not mad at you, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my guest, Mr. George Schminky.
That's right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.
Right.
Appreciate it.
You know, I need to ask you this very important question.
Yes.
How can people contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can email me at George, like George Washington, George.Schminky, which is SCHMINKY. Or you can look me up on Instagram, Schminky, which is my last name, again, SCHMINKY. FX, F as in Frank, X as an X marks the spot. Yeah. And number one. That's it.
Okay, so hopefully your phone is going to start ringing soon.
Yeah, all right. Awesome.
Man.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you again. And hey, man, don't cut me now. Hey, watch this cat. I don't know about this dude. All right. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Hey, if I hit you right there, can you do a black eye?
Hi, we're Climax, and you're watching Behind the Curtains.
This is Alan Shea, and you're watching Behind the Curtain.
I'm Uncle Bub, and by the way, you're watching Behind the Curtains.
Hey, my name is Roland Bynum, and you're watching the Behind the Curtain show. What a great opportunity to enjoy that show and have some great fun.
Hi everyone, my name is Marcia Duran and I'm the co-host on Donny D's Words of Wisdom and the host of Words of Inspiration on Blog Talk Radio. Today, behind the curtain with me is Brigitte Rios Purdy. Hi Brigitte, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, how are you?
I'm great, and
Good.
I'm so happy to have you in the studio with me today. So let's start off by telling everyone a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a blues singer, and I've been singing since I was 5 years old. And one day I have to, do you mind if I share a little story with you?
No, I don't.
One day my mom was driving home from work, and in her car she heard a cattle call for an audition to sing at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. And what it was a consortium for kids. So she memorized the number because that's pre-tech. You know, we didn't have cell phones.
Right,
where she
right.
could, oops, I guess I said them all. So anyways, it was pre-tech, and she memorized the phone number. She called and she set up an audition for me. And so amongst many other young people at that time, I auditioned, and I was 13 years old. And I received the audition, and I was trained by many of the producers, the dancers, the choreographers for the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion and the Amundsen. One of my dance teachers was Cha-Cha from Greece, who is Annette Cardona, and she became a great mentor to me throughout my life.
Oh, how fun, how fun. So you're classically trained then?
I am classically trained, and I started singing a lot of musicals and various things like that. And but I just loved soul music and blues, and so that just drew me in. My favorite artist is Aretha Franklin, and I've seen her many times, and she's phenomenal.
She is, she is. So Brigitte, I know there's a little history about your voice that I'd like you to share with the audience.
Sure.
It's very inspiring to me. That's why I'd like you to do that.
Sure, I'd love to. Well, you know, I had been singing for many years, and traveling on the road, playing about 5 nights a week, and for hours, 5 hours at a time, 5-7 nights. And what happened was I developed some vocal nodules, and for a singer, that's kind of like being dismembered from the most important part of your body. And what happened was I decided to stop singing. And I went to the doctors, and then we were going to do surgery, and I just kind of had come to grips with it, and I started praying, and I said, you know, Lord, it's okay that I can't sing anymore, because every morning I would wake up and I would literally sound like a frog or a chain smoker. And so I couldn't even speak, let alone sing. And so I prayed about it, and I said, I'm okay with that, because I know when I get to heaven, I'll be praising your voice, praising you with my voice. And so I went in for the pre-op, and the doctor stuck the camera down my throat. And he said, I don't know what happened, but you're totally healed.
Wow.
So I didn't sing for many, 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 many years after that. For almost about 16 years. And I decided about 4 years ago, friends of mine had been calling me, telling me, come on, we want you to play with us. And I'd say, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. But a friend of mine had invited me to a jam. You know, that's where a bunch of musicians come to play.
Right.
And I sat in and I sang Aretha Franklin's Dr. Feelgood. And I kind of like sang and then left, and my friend called me and he said, you were like Cinderella. Everybody wanted to know who you were. You came, you sang, you left. And that evening, I didn't even know the musicians who were in that room, but those musicians have now become some of my best friends.
Great.
And one of the musicians is the musical director for The Who. Another one is my keyboard player right now. His name is Drake Shining. And I'm sorry, the musical director from The Who is Frank Symes. Another one of those musicians was Drake, my keyboard player, and he played for Etta and Joe Sample. And he and I have written songs together.
Great.
And so one of the songs that we wrote together was a song called Lucille, Don't You Weep.
Oh, of course.
And
that's one of my favorites. That is one of my favorite songs that you've done. And I'm a fan of yours.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed.
Well, I'm a fan of your show.
Oh, good, good. I'm so happy that you came, and I want everyone to listen to your music. How can they do that?
You know what? I'm on YouTube. I'm on all the social media. And if you just Google my name, I'm on CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes, and you can purchase my music through that.
Okay.
And can I tell you just a little bit about my song, Lucille?
Quickly.
Okay,
yes,
so Lucille was written as a tribute to B.B. King. And so when I was in, as many other people, I was mourning the loss of B.B. King. And I started thinking about Lucille and his guitar, and I thought about, well, what if she was a real woman? What would she say? What would she do? And so I started from that perspective, and the song became Lucille, Don't You Weep.
Okay, and now we're going to listen to Willie Dixon's I Just Want to Make Love to You, sung by Brigitte, Rios, Purdy.
To work all day.
right. Okay, everyone. This is Brigitte Rios Purdy. Please look her up and listen to her music. I would love to have you back in the studio with me again. And, you know, I thank you so much for sharing your very inspirational story with us.
Thank you for having me.
I think that a lot of people will get a lot out of that. And so hopefully you'll be back in the studio with me.
I'd love to come back and sing live.
I want you to do that. So, you know, everybody, Brigitte Rios Purdy, my name is Marcia Duran, and, you know, we're here at Behind the Curtain, Pasadena Media, and just stay tuned, and we'll have Brigitte back in the studio.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brigitte. Okay.